What up guys, it is Justice here and welcome back to RuneScape, and this is just going to be a quick video which I wanted to post to you guys about the patches that came into the game today. And I like to occasionally do a patch video here and there. I feel like today is quite an important day. Obviously you've got the defenders coming out, the range and magic defenders. I'm still in the process of obtaining my tier 90 defender and lots of things around that, but I'm saving all of those clips for a video in itself. I have considered uploading clips of me obtaining different defenders, of me going on different dry streaks and things like that and my live reactions, but I feel like it's better if I just upload it all in a 7-8 minute video of me obtaining the tier 70, 80, all the way up to 90, and then all of the range, magic, and melee. So that will be out soon, guys, as soon as I finish off that progress there. Again, you can watch me live. I'll be live later this week again to keep the hype going. But either way, today is a pretty interesting day. So I remember live streaming a couple of weeks ago where I indicated how much I wanted to increase the buff icons. I think it was when I was doing a reqs at the time for making one build cash stack series, and I managed to get that pet. If you remember, guys, I got the Barry pet on a 300% enraged kill, and that was crazy. And within that kill, I was just getting frustrated all the time because I couldn't see how many storm shards I actually had stacked up on a reqs, and I was getting so frustrated with it, with the buff icons, because there was a limit of how many buff icons you could have. And I posted a tweet, I actually got it live, my Twitter feed live up on the stream, and anyone who supported the idea, retweeted it, etc. And I actually tweeted it directly to Mod Kelpie, the lead of the Ninja team. And there probably were many other players as well who put forward this idea via forums and other avenues, because it's something which, to be honest, as a player base, straight away people just jumped on the idea to support it, and I'm sure the people, you know, had jumped on the idea previous to that. But either way, the idea initially was either to have something in place that would prioritize certain buff icons over others, or just to simply increase the amount of buff icons that you can have on the screen. And this has been done today by the Ninja team. It is a Ninja fix, and now you can have up to 18 entries of buff icons rather than 12. If you don't know what I mean by buff icons, you'll notice on the bottom left hand corner of the screen, the buff icons would literally only max out at 12, but now you'll notice it expands, and you'll notice my scrimshaw shows at the bottom of its own row now, and that's expanding now into a total of 18 entries, which is fantastic. And hopefully when I do come around to trying it, when I get back to making some more money for the one build cash stack series at a reqs, where I'm probably going to try out the new defenders, by the way, cannot wait to do that. But at a reqs, when I use the defenders, I'm going to be using Storm Shards and Shatter for P4 against a Raxi, and I'm look forward to seeing how consistent it is now, the Storm Shards on the buff icons. Anyone, if you've already done it, make sure to let everybody know in the comment section. I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that it is a lot more consistent, and we're going to be able to continually see how many Storm Shards we actually have stacked. Again, a little small update, but these small updates go a long way. On top of this, an even smaller update you could say, which was probably fairly simple to do unless it was down to the spaghetti code again. At the cow fight, king fight, and next, you can now have a health bar showing on the screen. So there was always flipping glitches with Nex, for example, when you were fighting Nex, and even a reqs, most of the time it happened at Nex when Nex would go out of distance of your screen, let's say, when she teleported to the middle in between phases, or if she just teleported in general, if you weren't within MD of her or close to her. It was very frustrating because the life points bar would just disappear, and you'd have no idea how close you were to the next phase, unless of course you were very experienced and you had a rough idea of it. But it was very frustrating. Now at Nex and Cowfight King, they have their own life point bars. They have been adapted to look like raids, for example, so they will now show on the screen visibly, and this will make the fight a lot easier to predict the next phases. On top of this, the Master Quest Cape has came into the game today. We're going to take a quick look at that now and look at the requirements that it takes. Essentially though, it is like a baby trimmed completionist cape. Not because of all the completionist cape requirements that you have to complete, but because the requirements to complete the Master Quest Cape, a lot of them are the sort of things which you just don't really do unless you're really going out of your way to really complete everything on the game. Okay, scrap that idea. There are way too many requirements to go through. Oh my god, I've just taken a look right now. There are so many. Let's just go through some of the main requirements, shall we? Complete all the quest, mini-quest, and unabridged sagas. Unlock all additional post-quest rewards for every single post-quest reward that you can possibly think of. Complete story-rich content such as court cases and player-owned ports voyages. So that's essentially the trimmed completionist cape there of completing all of the major storylines for player-owned ports. Complete content derived from or an expansion of quest content such as temple trekking. pretty much everything you can think of to do with quest content, anything, any extension to that, sub quests, etc., any additional rewards that you have to, that you can get through carrying out additional activities, all of that you're going to have to do. Obtain all titles which demonstrate a story accomplishment, such as the Varelord or the Annihilator title. Obtain items significant to the storyline, such as the Gilded Cabbage or Crest of Serin. Obtain all lore journals, and so much more. It really is a challenge for anyone who's really into RuneScape storylines or into lore. And this is a supreme challenge right now for anyone who wants to try and get this. Obviously, I'm a long way off from getting the Master Quest Cape, something which I probably will never get because that isn't my personal interest in the game. However, props to anyone who managed to get that or who has already got that right now. Let us know in the comments section because that is a fantastic reward. Props to you. Congratulations. And feel free to even send me a Ghiazzo via my Twitter, link in the description below, with your best Fashionscape outfit, because I've got to say the Quest Cape looks beautiful. I will leave a full list of requirements or a link to the Runescape Wiki page, which will go through the full list. You can also see this on your Completionist tab on the RuneScape game, where you can look at your Completionist Cape requirements, your Trimmed Cape requirements, and now the Master Quest Cape requirements. Thank you guys for watching. I've got to say again, those buff icons are so awesome, and also the life points bar at Nex and now Cal Fight King, they are going to help us out a lot. Thank you for watching again. I'll see you in the next one.